Heading back onto the floor for Case to start the second half. It'll be Jimmy Holman, Dane McLaughlin, Austin Fowler, David Thompson, and Julian Person, the original starting five. Defensively for Brandeis, it's Corey Smith, Yuri Dacey, Gabe Moten, Ishmael Kalilu, and Thompson with the rebound, put it back up, and Dacey fouled him.
Oh, they're
going to call it on
Colby Smith from behind.
Colby Smith. I didn't even see Colby Smith in the shot.
Well, between Dacey and Thompson, you might not.
That's true. Smith, a 6-foot freshman guard, and Thompson, a 6'7" sophomore forward, and Dacey's at 6'7" as well.
Dacey.
Fouls on Connor Arnold.
That's two quick ones. That's 2 team fouls for Brandeis in 19 seconds. Only 4 foul shots in the first half were taken, Ron. Neither team called a timeout.
Julian Person has 8.
And they played that first half in 28 minutes.
Well, as we watch Brandeis in their first possession of the second half, Coach Gorski pointed out something that really needs to be repeated. They have been Brandeis, without Derek Ritos since the game started. He's out with an ankle injury. As Moten drives with a left-handed layup, he's actually sitting down past the bench of Brandeis with a wrap on his ankle. And Ritos was averaged 10 points, led the team in 3-pointers, led the team in steals, 93% free throw shooter, shot nearly 50% from the field, so missing him is missing a big part of their offense.
Yeah, we don't know what happened. He went up as part of a large jump ball down at our end of the floor here, and when he came down, next thing you know, he was on the floor and everybody was playing around him.
Moten makes 1 of 2. He's got 8. Case with an opportunity to go to 4 and 7 in conference play as Fowler spots up a 3, misses it long. Smith comes down the rebound, quickly down the floor to Arnold. Nice screen to Kalilu, and Ishmael kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah, Jimmy Holman got a hand in there, enough to distract Kalilu, and kicked it out of bounds.
Case with a chance, if you look at their schedule, to realistically win 5 games in conference play this year. They go on the road with Emory and Rochester, and those will be 2 tall orders, as those are 2 of the top teams in conference play, as Thompson misses it and Arnold comes down. But if Case can get out of here with 5 wins this year, that would give them 12 on the season. And as Moten misses and Thompson grabs the rebound,
yeah, 12.
That'll be
wins.
the best since 2 years ago when they went 14 and 11.
But with a young squad.
Real young squad. Fowler. Austin Fowler, the only senior on the team with the follow tip.
Guys seeing significant minutes in the UAA and a lot of playing time ahead of them as they grow into upperclassmen.
Good, Cowboy.
David Thompson went high. Yuri Dacey got the rebound, though. Thompson went for the block, and Dacey stayed in and got the rebound.
It's like a trip back in time, Ron, watching that weave at the top of the key.
Holman with a beautiful crossover. Fowler's wide open. Austin Fowler has 9.
5 quick ones here in the second half.
Austin Fowler, 5th in the conference in scoring, averaging 15.5 per game.
10. 10 to play, Jimmy, 10.
This is Moten with Person on him. Now it's Thompson with baseline defense. Yuri Dacey put it up, missed it. David fouled him. This is David Thompson's second foul. Thompson has only 1 point this afternoon, but defensively he has certainly been a presence inside with a couple of blocks.
Thompson officially with 3 blocks in the ball game.
Erie Dacey from Fall River, Massachusetts. St. Andrew's School in Rhode Island is where he went to high school. He's got 8. Leads at 12 for Case, 34-22. It was 26-18 at the half. Holman to McLaughlin, and he gets picked. Case will keep it. Dave McLaughlin in the first half at 7 points, most of them coming in the first moments of the game. As Fowler gets doubled inside, somehow gets a shot off. Moten comes down with a rebound. Austin trying to get it in the backcourt. Brandeis stands second in conference play right now with a 7-3 record. His
Fourth block for Thompson.
Fourth block for David Thompson. Fowler on the break, spin dribble, shot missed, but Austin's going to go to the line. He went down hard on his right shoulder. I mean, real hard. He had half of his face planted into the floor here at Horsburgh Gymnasium.
His second personal, 13 foul in half. Austin Fowler will shoot 2.
Austin Fowler with 10 points. First trip to the foul line this afternoon.
$14-point lead, Larges for Case today.
Julian Person has done a nice job on Gabe Moten this afternoon. This is Kalilu inside. Took a hop, skip, and a jump across the lane. Sean McDonald wanted to travel. Kalilu's got 4. Sean just kind of laughed. He said,
well, because Coach obviously saw the transfer of the pivot foot.
Holman pulls up, it's short. Desu with a rebound.
Holman had a tough first half. He was 1 of 5 from the floor.
As I said, Brandeis is 7-3 in conference play. Desu puts up a shot that Thompson rebounds, and they're in second place right now in the UAA. Rochester's at the top at 9-1, and Brandeis and WashU out of Missouri is in second at 7-3. So a win here today at home for Case would be a good one indeed. Julian's short, and Moten comes down with a rebound. This is Smith on the break against Holman. Boy, he had Thompson and Fowler flying through the air there, and Colby Smith got it up and in. Leads back to 10, Ed. He was at 14 a moment ago. That's an offensive foul on the freshman from Ann Arbor.
Offensive foul on the Spartans. Holman, his first personal.
Well, Brandeis is not afraid of being in a hole. Friday night they trailed by 13 late in the ball game. We're down 11 with 2:03 to play. We're down 9 with 1:47 to play, and came away with a win against Carnegie Mellon.
Desu strong inside. Shot missed. Fowler with the rebound. Inside, David Thompson soft hook, missed it short. As hot as Case was at a stretch in the first half, they are currently in a very cold shooting stretch
and
right
everything
now.
is short, Ron.
This is Arnold and Moten out top. Julian Person with great defense.
That's a
Desu, he took a run. Desu's got 10, lead down to 8. Fowler working against Arnold. Austin on that block. Desu comes up for a double team. Another shot short. Thompson with a one-handed rebound, though. David Thompson used his right to keep the defender away, went up with his left and grabbed it. He's got 3 points. That's Thompson's first shot from the field.
Tag! Good, Dave. In there, David.
Case with good defense. 10 seconds to shoot. Galilu missed it. Arnold got the rebound, but stepped on the baseline, and Case will get the basketball back. Case has done a nice job all day.
Yeah, and I can't say enough of what Julian Person has done on the former Division I player. Gabe Moten really has had a silent day.
Moten came into the day averaging 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He's got 8 points, but 7 of those came immediately when the game started. He has really been shut down since that time. This is Holman with a screen. Now it's Fowler. Austin stops at the foul line off the Chung. Chung with a ball fake, gets a free shot, missed it short. Smith comes up with a rebound.
Tag! Stay home, Connor!
Arnold with Fowler on him. This is Moten with Holman on him, and Jimmy grabbed him around the waist, held him. Wouter van der Eng has checked back in for Brandeis. He had 2 points in the opening half. Jordan Dean will come in for Case. Jimmy Holman will take a seat. Holman comes to the bench with 2 points. Dean is back in the game. He's scoreless. Jordan Dean from Creekside High School in St. John's, Florida. We're at Horsburgh Gymnasium, game 1 of 2 this afternoon from the Veal Center. That's Moten off an inbound, got a screen and got an open look.
Oh man, Austin, you're screening.
First basket of the second half for Moten. We're about 8 minutes into the second half. Leads at 8 again for Case. Spartans led by 8 at halftime, 26-18.
Pushed it to 14 here in the second half.
Chung gets 2 guys to leave their feet, finds a wide open Julian Person, rattled the cage, it wouldn't go. Dean's back on defense. Here comes Moten the other way. Shot was blocked by Julian Person, and it's out of bounds. Brandeis will keep it. I don't know if that was necessarily a shot or if Gabe Moten just kind of lost control of the basketball in the transfer.
Good, come on, defense.
Dean did a nice job of holding him up.
Tim Chung's going to be called for a hole. Chung's second foul.
Fighting through a screen, grabbed Moten.
5 team fouls on Case. Colby Smith, the freshman point guard. 6 foot, 150 pounds from Andover, Massachusetts. Went to North Andover High School. Here's the transfer from Boston College, Division I guard.
Work, Austin.
Gabe Moten. Smith with a 3. Van der Eng tried to get up and over Connor Edel, and Julian Person came up with a rebound. Chung to Edel. Back to Tim Chung. Case up 8 inside 11 minutes. Fowler just walked with the basketball, but Brandeis has kind of been doing it all afternoon.
Shoveled his feet.
What's good for one is good for the other.
Powered his way to the hoop.
He's got 13. Van der Eng with the basketball. This is Moten. Steps up. 16-footer, misses it, gets his own rebound. Arnold with a great ball fake on the left baseline, missed the shot, and Smith couldn't save it.
Right into the lap of a couple of fans on the far side of the floor. You can see there in the monitor, the far side is Ritos.
Yeah, to the left of the orange Gatorade. Yep.
With his leg being iced up.
Derek Ritos of Attleboro, Mass. Went to the Brimmer and May School. Top offensive players for Brandeis, has been out since early in the game as Tim Chung airballs a 3.
Brandeis basketball.
Attleboro, Mass, just outside of Boston.
Jordan, stand your own, Jordan.
10 minutes, halfway gone in this second half. Spartans are up 10. Chung with good defense that time. Dane McLaughlin comes down with a rebound. Tim Chung just forced Moten into a bad shot. Jordan Dean draws the defense. There's Chung for 3. Missed it. Tipped by Person, missed it. Chung saves it. This is Jordan Dean, thinks about a 3. Now he takes it, and Jordan Dean's on the board. Well, left him wide open, Ed.
And he just took his time, set his feet, squared it up, and we have our first timeout.
Brian Meehan wants a full timeout. It is our first timeout after 33 minutes of basketball. We'll take it, because we need to take it, and we'll be back.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is the center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
This year, Qdoba will cater like 10,000 parties.
Where? When? I'm there.
Well, these parties are hypothetical. I was just talking about Qdoba catering. Hot taco bars with fire-grilled chicken and marinated steak, flour tortillas and taco shells. You'll also get their hand-smashed guacamole, cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and salsa. They'll deliver to your home or office, and they'll even set it up.
Can I bring a guest?
Oh, boy. Visit Qdoba.com today for more information about Qdoba catering. Qdoba Mexican Grill. More to explore.
There's a nice look at Horsburgh Gymnasium here at the Veal Center on the campus of Case Western Reserve University. I like that angle.
It's new this year.
Second camera, we love having it. Gives us an opportunity to continue to tell stories.
Neither team really shooting the lights out here, Ron, today. Case at 38% from the floor, and Brandeis shooting just 27% from the floor in the ball game.
Largest lead in the second half has been 14 by Case. Brandeis has not led since, was it 12-7, Ed, early on?
Yeah, at one point it was 12-11 as Case was in the middle of their run, but it was a 12-7 lead for Case, or for Brandeis, before Case went on that big run to close the half.
Person, Edel, McLaughlin, Chung, and Jordan Dean come out for Case out of that timeout. That's McLaughlin, who was red hot in the opening half, and the ball was just knocked out of bounds as Colby Smith and his
Kevin Troutman,
his teammate Kevin Troutman, they've got many players playing right now for Brandeis. They have been decimated, 2 out with the flu, 1 out with a foot injury, and then Derek Ritos left early in the game with an ankle. Another timeout, so we'll take one too. Spartans up 13, 8:34 left.
Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center offers the versatility and reliability to meet your unique travel and meeting needs. From smart spaces to practical amenities to world-class service, our flagship hotel will deliver the quality experience you expect, backed by the Marriott name you trust. At Cleveland Marriott, we have one goal: to serve you better. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Off the inbound, it's Julian Person, back to Jordan Dean. 8:29 left. Up next for Case, they'll hit the road. They'll go to Emory and Rochester, then they'll finish the season here on a Saturday afternoon against Carnegie Mellon. Jordan Dean draws the defense, kicks it to McLaughlin. 10 to shoot for Case, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan Dean, who hit a 3 earlier, that one rolled around, wouldn't go. And somebody's hurt underneath. 3 guys went up for it. And that is Ishmael Kalilu. Ishmael got one in the eye.
And he's got some blood coming as well.
Yeah, there's blood on the floor now. We're going to take a timeout while they tend to this, and we'll be back after this break.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com. Cool! See you at the Spartans game? Yep, and see you after at Rascal House.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is the center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
At Qdoba, made from scratch gets a lot of respect. Years ago, that expression didn't even exist. There was no not made from scratch, just fresh ingredients making delicious dishes. Well, when it comes to our cooking, we're a little old-fashioned. That's why we come in early every day to hand smash our guacamole, hand chop our pico de gallo, and why we grill our steak and chicken over an open flame. Because doing it the right way is the only surefire way to make it tasty. Qdoba Mexican Grill. Food for people who love food.
Have you heard the news? The Intercontinental Cleveland has earned its 9th consecutive 4-Diamond Award from AAA in recognition of its high-quality accommodations and exceptional service standards. Planning an important event like a corporate meeting, annual conference, fundraising gala, holiday party, or a highly personalized wedding? Choose excellence in the Intercontinental Cleveland. Our planning professionals will take time to consider every detail and lead you through an experience that is proudly world-class. Call us today at 216-707-4100 for more details or to request a tour of our spectacular accommodations.
At Qdoba, made from scratch gets a lot of respect. Years ago, that expression didn't even exist. There was no not made from scratch, just fresh ingredients making delicious dishes. Well, when it comes to our cooking, we're a little old-fashioned. That's why we come in early every day to hand smash our guacamole, hand chop our pico de gallo, and why we grill our steak and chicken over an open flame. Because doing it the right way is the only surefire way to make it tasty. Qdoba Mexican Grill. Food for people who love food.
Attending a Spartan athletic event and looking for a convenient and upscale hotel to accommodate your stay? Then look no further than the DoubleTree by Hilton Cleveland downtown Lakeside. Just minutes away from campus at 1111 Lakeside Avenue, the hotel features a state-of-the-art fitness center, Stadium 3 bar and grill, attached parking, heated indoor pool, free wireless internet, complimentary shuttle service, and a warm DoubleTree cookie upon checking in. Call 216-241-5100 to receive a discounted rate of just $99 for the 2013 season. The DoubleTree by Hilton Cleveland downtown Lakeside, a proud sponsor of Spartan Athletics.
professors are fantastic. They're always like very open with us, and they're like our friends.
You know, I was taught by a Pulitzer Prize winner. I had a question and I needed to call him, and it was a deadline story. And he was on a cross-country flight, and when he was picking up his bags and running between flights, he called me back to help me with my story.
You got to put in effort, but the professors are there to help you along the way. My brothers both went to engineering, big engineering schools, and telling them my stories about getting the one-on-one interaction with the professors and them sitting down with me if I don't understand something. My brothers were astounded by that.
Case Western Reserve put me into a lot of team-based projects where I'd work with a group to engineer something. In an industry, that's typically what it is. You work with a team.
I got to work with a lot of people internationally. One was from China, another one was from the UK, and I really think that that's helped me become a Fulbright scholar. Made me realize that, oh wow, this bubble that I've lived in, you know, since high school will change. Like dramatically.
You gave me that challenge that you were looking for. You know, sometimes high school was very easy, but here I was on my toes every single second. I was learning new things every single day, and it feels good.
Case Western Reserve offers so much. I mean, 4 years here, it's been awesome.
And we are back at Horsburgh Gymnasium. They took their time, tended to Ishmael Khalilu. He has a cut above what looked like, Ed, his right eye. And it was significant. He walked off under his own strength, and they are tending to him right now. And if you're the Brandeis head coach, Brian Meehan, you've got to wonder, boy, I can't get out of here quick enough. This is Julian Person on the break, and Julian gets fouled hard going to the basket.
That's the kind of cut that would stop a fight.
It would. There was a decent amount of blood on the floor there in the key here on the Case end. Foul's on Kevin Trotman. It is his first. Julian's going to get 2 at the line. He's got 8 points. But back to Meehan for a second, the head coach at Brandeis. He came into today's contest without Alex Stoyle and Ben Bartoldas, 2 of his starters. And then one of his subs off the bench, Anthony Trapasso, either by the flu or through injury. And then very early on in the game, one of his top scorers and best offensive players, Derek Ritos, went down with an ankle injury. He has not returned. He spent the entire afternoon with his ankle up high and wrapped.
And Khalilu's going to probably require anywhere from, what, 3 to 6 stitches to close up that kind of cut.
Where they going with it, David?
So if you're Case, it's important to close this thing out. Spartans are up 15 with 7 minutes left to play. That's a 3 that's missed, and Person comes down with a rebound. Fouls on Desu as Person went to the basket. Yuri Dacey's second foul. Dacey's got 10 points. He and Gabe Moten lead the way for Brandeis this afternoon. This is Jordan Dean. Dean with the basketball working against Colby Smith. Now it's Person getting the handoff from Austin Fowler. Case is going to pull it out, working that shot clock. It's down to 12. Jordan Dean step back 16-footer, missed it short. McLaughlin with the rebound. His follow won't go. And the 6-foot Colby Smith comes out of the pile with the rebound. Dacey, shot almost blocked by Thompson, rolls out. David grabs the rebound.
Hand up.
We played the first half without a timeout. Didn't get the first time out of the game until we were 33 minutes to be exact into the game. But that injury timeout to tend to Ishmael Khalilu has lengthened it a little bit. Fowler inside. This was a very fast game for quite some time. He's got 15. Moten steps back. Former Boston College ACC player hits a 3.
Hand up.
Oh, they're going to give him a 2.
Give him a 2. He's got 12. .15 to shoot. Case still with plenty of time. This is Jordan Dean between the circles. Fowler on Arnold, puts up a shot, rolls around, won't foul. McLaughlin off the rebound, his follow missed. Foul goes on Kevin Trotman, that's his second. That will send 44 to the free throw line. Dane McLaughlin had 7 points early and has been scoreless since. Dane, an 82% free throw shooter. Case as a team shooting 74%. Trotman will take a seat. Back in the game for Brandeis is Alex Schmidt, as McLaughlin makes both.
Stay down. Good.
Gabe Moten, long shot missed. Holman with the rebound for Case.
Case's best defensive effort this year was holding opponents to 53 points. That came in the opener against Bluffton. They held Bluffton to 53. They also held Oberlin to 53 on December 1st.
They're giving up an average of 73 points per game as Holman drives to the lane. Jimmy Holman with 4. Gabe Moten has decided that he's going to take the offensive game into his own hands here. He has shot the ball in the last 3 possessions. That's Arnold with a ball fake. Shot will just not fall right now, and McLaughlin comes up with a loose ball.
Since the injury timeout, Case is on an 8-2 run. It was 43-30 when we had the delay. So 8-2 for Case since then.
3:46 left to play. 12 on the shot clock. Case is up 19 at 51-32. The women will follow. The game's at 2 o'clock. Person with a wild shot as the shot clock hit 2. Didn't draw iron, went out of bounds, and it's a violation.
And for Brandeis, their lowest offensive output of the season was 46. And that was their first game of the season. It was a loss 48-46 to Rhode Island College.
Dacey had the missed, but the foul's on Julian Person. So Yuri Dacey will get 2 at the free throw line. Dacey 2 of 3 so far this afternoon from the foul line. He's got 10 points overall.
Alley. Out of open. Alley.
Dacey on the season averaging 9 points. 6'7" junior from St. Andrew's School in Rhode Island.
Spacing. Spacing.
Jimmy Holman, the freshman from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Pioneer High School, will bring it up for Case, working against another freshman, Colby Smith. Holman off the glass.
Wild shot, but it counts. Another injury.
Julian Person, and we have a technical foul on Brandeis. Connor Arnold took exception to Julian's frustration with Colby Smith, and Connor came in to step in for his teammate, and he'll be teed up. So the foul's on Julian to begin with, but the technical is on Connor Arnold. So Colby Smith will go to the foul line because both teams are currently in the bonus.
They'll shoot the technical first. And again, we're on another technical foul.
Well, on Friday night, we saw NYU had a three-point attempt. They were fouled on it. And then a technical, Julian Person got a technical. The foul was called on Julian as McLaughlin makes both of his free throws. So a 41-41 game went to 46-41 NYU, just like that, on 5 consecutive free throws by Kyle Stockmall. Julian will take a seat. He's on the bench with 10 points. This is Colby Smith at the free throw line. Smith missed it and Fowler got the rebound. And Brian Meehan just got the second technical for Brandeis in the last 15 seconds. It has been a frustrating afternoon, no doubt, for Brian Meehan and his Brandeis team. 16 wins, 7 in conference play, fighting for every win, trying to get an NCAA bid. They come in sick and a little bit injured, and it turned into more injuries as the game went on. So no doubt the frustration level for him is high. McLaughlin makes 1 of 2. Dane's got 12 points. Case will have the basketball.
Well, in some ways, a frustrating overall trip for Brandeis as well, because Friday night they were down 13 points with 3 minutes to go to a 1-8 at the time Carnegie Mellon squad, and had to fight to come back to win that game. And then today, since being up 12-7, have kind of been on the defensive end the rest of the way. Case has really controlled the pace of the ball game. And in the last 2 minutes or so, things have gotten out of hand.
Checking in for Brandeis, Holden Kollick, along with Jay Freeman. Substitutions for Case now in the game. Keegan Pace, a sophomore guard out of Burlington, North Carolina. Matt Clark is also in the game out of St. Louis, Missouri. Matt, a freshman guard. And then Spencer Boyd, who we've seen Spencer before. Last time we saw Spencer, he had a cheering section here. He's the freshman forward out of Walsh Jesuit High School in Akron. .231 left to play. Case is up 21. This will be Holden Kollick, who will inbound it for Brandeis. That's Dacey with the basketball. Freeman now with it. Freeman's going to throw up a long three, and he makes it. Jay Freeman with his first basket. Approaching the 2-minute mark. This is Holman, the freshman, with the basketball. Jimmy's going to lose it. Brandeis will get it back. Here comes Jay Freeman the other way. Freeman will launch a second three. Jay Freeman has suddenly found his shooting stroke.
From 21 to 16 quickly.
Holman's going to kick it out. Matt Clark now with it. Case wants them to keep it out. This is Connor Edel. Connor tried to get the ball to Keegan Pace. It's a turnover. Here comes Brandeis the other way. Freeman, why not? 3 in a row. 3 threes in a row have suddenly taken a rout into a 12-point game with 1:22 left.
And this is where they were on Friday night. Maybe not that deep, but They had to climb their way out of a 13-point hole with just over 2 minutes to go. Now stands at 12 with 1:22.
Case was up 21 just moments ago.
Yeah, with 2:12 to play, they led by 21 points.
Coach McDonald cleared his bench. He's going to keep those guys in there. Spartans will have the basketball. Connor Edel will do the inbounds. This is Spencer Boyd. They ran the double out along that far baseline. Boyd and Edel. Ball's kicked out of bounds by Freeman. Case will keep it.
Go special. Connor, screen.
Boyd gets it into Edel. Connor's going to get trapped.
Timeout.
And Coach McDonald wants a timeout. .30-second timeout for Coach McDonald. 1:14 left in the game. Spartans are up 12. Ed, what do you think about this?
It's going to be interesting, but you see Coach McDonald showing a little confidence in his reserves. Gave up 9 quick ones, but basically telling them it's their game. You guys finish it out. You come up with a way to finish out Brandeis. So not a lot of panic on the Case part. They also have several timeouts left should they get into a situation where they need to call one.
Bunch it up.
It's all about getting the ball inbounded now. Still a 4-possession game.
Clark will inbound it. This is Jimmy Holman with it with Freeman on him. Back to Clark. Get it to Keegan Pace. Holman, the lone player out there with significant playing time. The ball will stay in his hands as much as possible. This is Connor Edel, and they're going to swing it back to Holman. Jimmy splits the defense, throws up a shot, and Connor Edel got a very big rebound.
Followed the ball, made a good decision.
All tied up. Freeman tied it up with Matt Clark. Going to call a foul on Freeman. That is foul number 1 on Jay Freeman. At the line, Ed, is Matt Clark. We're scrambling to see if Matt has scored yet this year. Freeman with another 3. This one's an air ball.
Clark officially has 15 points on the year. He was 4 of 5 from the line.
Screen and slip. Be available. Good spacing.
Keegan Pace. Now it's Jimmy Holman. 25 seconds left. Spartans up 12. Spencer's going to dribble back into defense. Pace is going to double team him. Fouls on Freeman.
Brandeis foul number 24, Jay Freeman, his second team's 10.
And Spencer Boyd will go to the foul line. Now I know Spencer has scored because in the game that he got into last time, all of his buddies were in the stands and they went crazy when he scored. How many does he have, Ed?
Officially, Boyd has 7 on the season. 1 of 2 from the line coming in.
Connor Edel fighting with Dacey. Dacey hits the 3. Leads at 9. Matt Clark and Spencer Boyd, and that's the game. .56-47 is your final.